So just beautiful out today in the forest, guys. But what I've really got to be careful with the herbs is that, you know, horses are prey animals. He gets very jumpy. Look at him. Because we haven't been up in the forest just for a little while. He usually just goes to the grass, you see. But today he decided to come up. So I have to be really careful, especially while filming here. And checking you are not eating grass that you shouldn't. Oh, he's off again. Oh, I'm getting a walk today, am I, darling? Hey, off-road? Oh my goodness, look at that. Good boy. What's he seeing? Look at this. Look at this. A bit more interesting in the field, isn't it, boy? This one needs out, you see. Oh, darling. This is why you need out. Good boy. Up he comes. Best off-roader in the world, people. Check him out. Hey, Herbie boy. Yeah, so I have to be plenty careful with him up here. He's okay unshoed. We're not exactly on the tarmac or the road or anything like that, and obviously not being ridden. So he's just on this kind of little bit of path, and the rest of the time you're on the grass, aren't you, darling? Yeah. Look at this. And there's things he shouldn't be eating that, darling, I don't think. No. Look at this man exploring. Look at this man exploring. Yeah, it's nice and soft off the forest floor as well, isn't it, darling? Good boy. But I just have to watch. I don't want him getting too much of this kind of roughage that you see, because Herbie will eat things that aren't good for him, like cut grass and oak leaves and stuff like that. You know, so I'm not going to give him too much longer in here, am I, darling? No. No. Look up in here, isn't it beautiful, guys? It's just across from Herbie's field. It's like an extension. It's actually like what you call an extension of the field, isn't it, darling? So what we give is lots of pats and reassurance, don't we, darling? Yes, we do. Lots and lots and lots. Just pats. He always looks up. And the thing I've got to be careful about is not to drift off and start thinking about other things, because he's a very peaceful animal, aren't you, darling? But he can get a scare in like a second, you know, just a bang, or birds took off up there just a little while ago and he just kind of turned, you know. You've got to really watch. But you still weigh half a ton, don't you? And you're a big, powerful ex-racehorse, aren't you? Yeah. And the first time he's ever done this is take a poo-poo while we're out. That means I'm going to have to come all the way back up and pick that up. Oh, well. Nice one, Herb, thanks. That's the first time he has ever done that. I've always been so glad of that, you know. Here he goes. Oh, no, he's still looking. He's still looking. What's he seeing? Eh? Seeing the birdies? Oh, no. I'm just letting him go where he wants to go. Now, has he had enough? Yeah. So now his confidence is kind of gone a little bit. Watch yourself, darling. Confidence is just going a little bit in the forest now, and he's wanting to get back over to the grass, I think. Or, oh my God, oh, he's away again. Of course, the other thing I've got to steer him away from, guys, is dead grass, you know, or freshly cut grass. I don't even like dried grass. I think some dry grass is okay, but not lots and lots. I'd really take him up here just to get what he has mostly in the field, which is lovely lush grass, isn't it, boy? It's the change of scene. This is the thing for him. He's been so excited the whole time we've been up here. And he's wandering around, and I tend to just let him do what he wants to do. He will absolutely do what I tell him to do. But it's his walk. I just wonder if he's starting to get a bit nervous he's going to get back to the field. I'm not sure. If he turns right, then yes. If he keeps going, then no. No. You are still adventuring. Yeah, and I tend to do this during the daytime, you know, so there's no kids around. You know, all kids are at school and stuff like that. I mean, they do... Herbie does love kids, you know, but he's a big animal, and you've got to be careful with him. I stay at a rope's length, don't I, darling? And he's got a piece on his nose. You might see there, if he pulls too hard, it clenches down on his nose and stops him. Not that we have to do that often, do we, darling? But it's the same thing if he kind of runs, he ends up having to go in a circle, because I don't even have to pull this. His own weight pulls him back towards me. And I keep away from that back end as well. All it takes is for him to get a scare. That's all it is. And he could easily injure me just by mistake. So obviously the less people will see him around, the better. But if people do want to come and see him, always have them round his head area. Head around so you can see them. And check that out. The forest is blooming, isn't it, my boy? Eh? Not a huge amount of evergreens around here. But all these are starting to bud again, aren't they, darling? Yeah. Making the place look good. And of course, now that it's getting warmer, look, his coat's beginning to shed. And of course, that's when you start to see the racehorse ribs. But look at the belly. Trust me, that guy has got plenty weight on him, haven't you, darling? Yeah. But they kind of look like that naturally. Just that kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ribs just there, don't they? It always seems to protrude. And they'll protrude even more when that coat's gone, you know? Just like you see in your face, yeah, because he's all smooth in his face, aren't you, darling? Yeah, you're getting smoother. It's a little wee bit of a beard. But his face is getting very smooth, which uncovers his tan colour, doesn't it, boy? So he looks all different at this time of the year. It's great. But as, of course, is a horse's life, Herbie loves having his jacket off. And, of course, in the winter and rainy months, he doesn't really like it being on. So it's absolutely great for him to be getting off. But, of course, when you come back in the summer, now we've got the flies and the heat to be concerned about. So he does have his fly masks. He doesn't really quite need it today. I've seen 100 times worse flies than this, eh, boy? Yeah, he smells so good. I mean, he really is doesn't smell like anything, actually. But he's very warm, very hot, you know, to touch. And, of course, the flies and the insects are attracted to that, aren't they, darling? So, it's just the seasons. It's a horse's lot, isn't it, Herbs? Keep having to stop him, get to that. I'll try and just keep him in the green grass, eh? Because look a bit like this. And just steer his head away from that. I don't know why he likes tasting that so much, and you've got lovely fresh grass, Herbs. Yeah? What a good boy. It's so peaceful, though. But like I said, it's very easy for me to get kind of lost in my thoughts and think about other things. And all of a sudden you get a bit of a scare and I get caught out, don't I? Yeah, so Herbie's not a shoed horse, basically because he does have cracky kind, what we describe as cracky kind hoofs. He had them before we got him, and he's kind of like that now. So his hoofs do need a bit of TLC. So we don't shoe him, do we, darling? Not like the traditional shoes. He's got rubber shoes to go out on. But of course he's fine like this. But obviously when you add someone who's 10 stone, 12, 15 stone onto him, you know, that's a lot to be on the tarmac with, isn't it, darling? Yeah. But just now he's absolutely fine. Yeah, so we're really quite particular when it comes to Herbs. He's never had an issue vet-wise since we've had him. You know, it's going to come on 2 years shortly. And we're pretty particular about his jackets being on and off and the right temperature and checking the weather each night and keeping him brushed, you know, because all of that counts towards him being comfortable, equaling him being happy, you know. But they do change your life. They change your routine in quite a big way, don't they, darling? A lot more responsibility than what you would describe as like a dog or a cat, you know, huge amount more. And it is a lifestyle choice. It's a lifestyle change, being a bit of a horsey family now. But it's absolutely fantastic, isn't it? Can't get enough of you, really, can we? And he's not a pet, as we describe him. He's a member of the family, aren't you, boy? Hey. And, you know, it had to be quite tough for him at times in the beginning. And at times he does kind of bully me here and there. You know, he has his bad days like everybody else. You know, you get the teeth and sometimes a wee snap and things like that, you know. But generally it's because something's bothering him. And in the beginning, I had to show him a bit who's boss. And of course now he sees me as his alpha. I can't remember the last time I gave that boy a row, you know. We don't do the big rows, we don't do that. We believe far more in sort of showing that love and care and consideration, spending time with him, doing stuff. And horses are very, very sensitive. Yes, a nice wee patch of proper green grass, Herbie. You just keep steering them away. But yeah, one of the things that we always have to understand about Herbie was that he was an ex-racehorse to begin with, and it's not that tough on them, but you know, it is discipline. You know, it's quite a big thing. And of course, 10 years, for 10 years after that time, he was up at Loch Ness, you know, and they had like not a single track road, but certainly a country road next to them, mountains and heather all around, and that was pretty much it. And back then, he wasn't the alpha. That was the thing, you know, that was the real big thing. But now, hey boy, you are the alpha. Been steering him away. But yeah, now he is the alpha, and we're really so want to get him a buddy. But what's been really important is the one-on-one with us. And of course, you know, over there in the field, as you see, now he's got ambulances going past, dog walkers, joggers, fire engines, you know, people going around, traffic, sort of lots and lots going on. That took him a long time to get used to, didn't it, darling? Yes, it did. You've got to really think of his feelings. And, you know, in the beginning, it wasn't that he was offensive, he was just very defensive. It was just such a new thing. Hold on. It was such a new thing for him. Hey, darling. So we were told, you know, 18 months, 2 years, that's probably what it'll take for us to bond. And that's between 18 months and 2 years now. And he is a very different horse now. You can imagine 10 years up in a field with a buddy in the middle of nowhere. To suddenly being by yourself in a field here, you can be forgiven for being a bit emotional. You know, anyone would be like that, especially a prey animal like Herbie. But our thing with Herbie has always been the love, the attention. You know, just tell him he's a great boy, even when he takes a drink of water and eats a bit of grass, and just spending time with him, just letting him really get to know you properly. And he's given up your trust, haven't you, darling? Yes. And of course now he's just part of the family. So we really are at the stage, I think, where we really want a buddy for you. We're getting there, you know. It's not as easy as all that. So of course with the buddy, I don't want to go and get a 17 hands high boy that's going to dominate him, you know. It's a bit of a hit or a miss, but I believe the right horse will come along at just the right time, eh, Herbie boy? But for now, this is what he's needed. He's needed this time of bonding. He sees me as his alpha, he trusts me. When Emily's riding him, he kind of looks to me, he'll follow me, you know, and he'll do exactly what I ask him to do. But of course with Herbie, if you see back on our videos, he is an ex-racehorse, guys, and this guy is fast. His acceleration is unreal. And one of the things about Herbs is when he switches from a walk to a canter, or even a trot to a canter, he bucks. And Emily's learning how to deal with that just now. And of course that could happen at any time. You could get a scare and you could buck. You know, so all of this takes a lot of patience, a lot of time. You just got to relax and kind of go with it. Eh. And we don't do that forcing going out and riding, you know, the very rare occasion. If he doesn't want to go, we just don't go. There's no point taking him out if he's unhappy and, you know, someone's upset him and he's in a bad mood, you know. And so it's just not us, is it, darling? No. You know, and it is a big responsibility. There's no doubt about it. And, you know, if you are going to do it together as a family or something like that, it really has to be as a family. Because your life kind of revolves around it a little bit. Isn't it, boy? Yeah, so young David, he gets a bit involved, doesn't he? And it's always good for him to learn, but extra skills for the future. Mum will get more and more into it, I think, as time goes on, eh, darling? But, you know, it's me and Emily. It's kind of like a father and daughter thing, this, you know. It's kind of our thing, as we call it, you know. And it's been great for us as father and daughter. It's been absolutely brilliant. Just steer him away from that again. You find yourself thinking about him a lot, you know, and like if you go out the back of the house at night time and it's a bit cold and stuff like that, you wonder if is he warm enough and all these things, you know. But you have to remember, you know, he is an outdoor animal. And we use the central heating, you know, and fires and things like that, you know. And that was one thing I really had to get to grips with, was that if I was in the field and I felt cold, well, that didn't mean he was cold. So you go by temperatures. And if it's ever like 5 degrees, Herbs, 5 degrees centigrade, below, that means a jacket. And obviously it's not just the temperature, it's the wind chill as well. There could be high winds, medium winds, which obviously increase the temperature that it says on your phone, you know, which obviously decreases the temperature which is on your phone, so you could think about that as well. And then of course it could be this time of year when it is absolutely 20 degrees today, but it could be 4 degrees in the middle of the night. So you have a jacket on him, and of course now the mornings are earlier. You've got to get up here as soon as you can to get his jacket off so he doesn't boil. Eh? Good boy. The danger with horses, as we've always been told by many horsists, is that temperature, you know, him overheating. That's the concerning part, you know. You know, with the cold, it's more like colic and things like that. But, you know, we just err on the side of caution all the time. If there's a chance of it being cold during the night, even if he's got his thin jacket on to keep his core warm, then it's absolutely fine. But I've seen pictures of horses waking up with ice on their backs, and they're absolutely fine, you know. It's just, you know, you have to sort of get past it. Yeah, certainly one of the most difficult things we've actually found with horses and things is there's just so much advice out there, and a lot of it's contradictory. People that have horses, not that stiff, darling, good boy. People that have horses, this way. Just going to pull my way for that, but come on then. What's this grass, darling? Look, it's your proper grass. Is all the contradictory stuff, and even people in the area seem to conflict, you know, with what's best and what's not, you know. Quite wildly, actually. So basically, of course, in this day and age, you've got so much information out there, it's difficult to know what's what. We go by the girl that had him for 10 years, who knows him as a hossie, and of course the farrier who comes to do his feet and all those sorts of different things. We have had horrible advice, you know, not that we've put it into action, but we've just always went with Alana, who was Herbie's owner beforehand, eh, darling? Yeah. And of course, as per usual, we like doing things our own way anyway, you know. So people would say that freshly cut grass is bad, and of course it is. You know, I think most horses know that. I don't like. You can eat this, but I don't like it. I just don't see the point, eh, boy? No, I just don't like it. So just steer them away from that. Just on the fresh grass. So I'm trying to pull them over here into the shade. There's a bit of grass here, just to let you cool off a little bit, darling. Yeah, so Herbie is on a very specific diet, and at the moment he's weaning off his what we call winter feed. But we keep going with what we call the winter feed, as in summer breakfasts. And it's just because Herbie's an ex-race horse, he's very energetic, you know, and he needs a little bit of that. You've got to watch his sugar intake as well. So he basically just gets, oh, nope, not that stuff. He basically gets the same food all the time, end of story. And it works, and that's it, you know. Hey, darling. So we don't really upset the norm with him at all. He's quite happy. Oh me, if he's getting his breakfast and he gets his carrots, don't you, darling? You love your carrots. He loves his apples and his mint pellets. But even that's have to be regulated as well. Sugar-free polos. Oh my goodness. Hey, darling. Sugar-free polos. You love sugar-free polos. But he's very, very picky indeed. Very, very picky. And we've had people put potato peelings across, leeks, all sorts of stuff, thinking they're doing really good by feeding them. They're not, you know. And that could make him very ill and kill him. However, even though I put up all the signs as well, eh, Herbie boy? Yeah. However, he is so picky as an eater. Oh my goodness. If you give him a softer apple, he will bite into it and he will drop it. It has got to be a crunchy, juicy apple or nothing, eh, boy? So that is a huge saving grace for Herbie, which is awesome. Hey, dear lamb. Good boy, that's it. See, now look, going back to the field. He's been out for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half now. And even though he gets so excited and he loves it, he gets to that point, it's like, right, I just, you know, I want to go home now, you know. And that's just being the prey animal, the herd animal, you know. He wants to get out of his usual routine, innit, darling? At the same time, he likes his routine. And we've also found out with Herbie, hey, darling, that he's much more settled, much more happy when we keep him in a very good routine. He just knows what's coming, he knows what's happening. Far more relaxed, far happier, far more comfortable, aren't you, darling? Yeah, so we have our little support group, you know. We've got Alana, who's absolutely fantastic. I mean, she's still very much a part of Herbie's life, actually. And that's through our choice, and of course hers, and the farrier. And the idea always is, guys, you know, if you don't know, you ask the people who do, you know, and that's what we do. And he does throw up some things. It's more behaviour at times, you know, when we were first going. Just some odd behaviour at times that we didn't really quite recognise, and little things, little bits and pieces like that, you know. Hey, darling. This is him making his own way back, isn't it? Yeah, I don't even have to pull today. Usually a little bit of a pulling match, you know. He will do what I ask him to do, but he doesn't really want to, do you, darling? Yeah, just keeping it simple, eh, darling? Yeah. Keeping it simple, keeping the routine for him. You know, there's always been upbeat around him as well, you know, it's not moaning and shouting, and especially if me and Emily are being a bit nippy with each other, you know, we stop all that in front of him. Hey, darling, yeah. You know, so he doesn't feel the, you know, a wee bit of tension, you know, as we all have at times. Hey, darling. So we just make sure the atmosphere's great for him. But there are those days, guys, where he's just in a mood and that's it. You horse owners will know, you know, it could have been anything. It could have been something that upset them, a noise, anything. You know, maybe they're just having a bad day. There's times he come up, they give him his treats and off he goes. He's just not interested. But that's quite rare now, isn't it, Dylan? More often than not, it's this. He does like having us here. Good boy. So here you go. Look, there's the field now. Yeah, he really is heading back for the field. I think he's just been out a little bit too long and he just wants to get home. He's done this before. There's no way I'd force him to stay out. If he wants to go back, then he goes back. It's more having to be firm with him to come back sometimes, isn't it, Darlan? Because he doesn't want to go sometimes. As you can see, we've made it right the way back down to the field, Darlan, haven't we? Hey, we spent some time together in the field. And this will be him now for a few days, absolutely relaxed, just wandering around doing his thing. It's a change of scene. So nose around, seen some other stuff, haven't you, Darlan? And their emotional health, guys, I would say is just as important as their physical health. They've got, he's a sensitive horse, Herbie especially. And you've got to be really sensitive to that. You've got to be the adult in the relationship. Right, Darlan? And just do what he needs, not what you think he needs, but what he actually needs. His cuddles and kisses and stuff like that. Other times, just leaving him alone, let him wander off if he's not interested. And all of that sort of brings trust, and it brings bonding, doesn't it, Darlan? The time we spend together. But as per usual, guys, that's the big thing. It's time. It's just having the time with him, the hours, putting in the hours, spending that time with him. Even when I'm out on a walk here, you know, I'm doing something he's interested in. Because we're just grazing for grass, aren't we, boy? And he loves it. Me, Darlan. It's a bonding time for us. And this man here can be so affectionate. He'll just walk up to me and rub his nose on me and away he goes. Don't you? Acts like a tough guy. He's not. How you doing? You are a tough guy. Sorry. You are a big tough guy. And there's the old Fireblade down there, eh? Now, Herbie being an ex-racehorse, that's my 900 Fireblade. It does not to 60 in about 4 seconds, doesn't it, my darling? Eh? This man here could do 0 to 30 in the same the Fireblade can. I am not kidding you. He is that quick. And that is why Emily has always mostly been in, advanced lessons while we've had him, you know. Hey, darling. Yeah, good boy. But at the same time, Herbie's feisty. He's energetic. He's got a great character, you know. He stomps off in moods like a moody teenager, guys. I'm telling you, the ears go back and he stomps off he goes. Like, okay, fine. Hey, darling. He's just always entertainment. There's always something in the go, isn't there? But it's this kind of tender, affectionate stuff, aren't you? When they lets the guard right down. Hey, darling. And of course, good boy, you've got to be the one that helps him get that guard down. Isn't it, darling? Yes, can let you get your guard down. We're going to go back to the field. No, look, he's found a lovely, nice green patch of grass, look. Which I'm happy about. It's free of all the rubbish. Hey, darling. Yeah. Good boy. That good boy you are. He's a good boy. He's having a wee looky. Almost looks good in red, this man. He looks good in most things. He's a very classic horse, really. Hey, the Queen would have liked you. Lizzie. Hey, Lizzie would have loved you. Yes, she would have. Could have taken Herbie up to Balmoral. Hey, Lizzie would have just loved you. But yeah, you know, he's just so beautiful. You know, when you really see the detail on him and stuff, you know. Look at that. See the belly? That's the bit. As long as that belly's going. The one thing Herbie doesn't have a lot of just now is actual muscle mass, because he hasn't been worked as much these past 2 or 3 weeks, or, you know, been out riding or things like that, you know. But we're going to start doing proper lunges with him ourselves, eh, darling? And we really want to take him out in the lorry to the beach and to different places, you know, now that he trusts us the way that he does. Yeah, really long process, guys. Almost back. Yeah, so look, guys. Got to kind of have these signs up, you know, especially if the horses may kick and bite, do not feed. And of course that's his polite notice that he's on a special diet, aren't you, darling? and that nobody should really feed him because it could kill him. It could hurt him, make him very ill, or even kill him, guys. I'm telling you, be very careful. But thankfully, this man here's a picky eater, darling. Yeah. Still put the precautions up. We're almost in the gate, look, almost. And the cars going past, most are very respectful. And of course, he's so used to the cars now living here. Yeah, darling. Good boy. Good boy. This is the bit I don't like, is, you know, putting him back in the field, because he's so good that he'll do it, but you can tell he doesn't want to do it. Hey darling, we're just heading back for some water. Yeah, we have to fill up his water now. It's another chore. Isn't it another chore for the week? So of course now he's drinking very, very little water now because he gets so much moisture from that. Oh, we're going down for a scratch, are we? Well, it was quite warm. No, he's off again. He seems to be okay. That's why I gave him a really good brush before we left, didn't we, Herbs? Hey, again, just makes him comfortable, but oh no, he's looking at his other scratching area. Look at this. Is he going to go down here? Like. He knows I'm watching him, you see. I'm just wondering if he's been a bit self-conscious. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, here he goes. Good boy. Look at this. That's what I love to see. Look at that big belly on him. Look at the big belly. Hey, look at the big belly. Oh, for crying out loud. So again, when we come back up tonight with Emily, you'll get a good groom, won't you? But yeah, that's just the norm. Innit, boy? See if you can get some water, darling. I'd like to see you drink some water, darling. Where is he? Oh, is he going to get some water? Oh, he's off. Oh, is he going to go zoomies? Oh, please go zoomies. Do racehorse bit. Good, you I'm going to zoomies. Is he going to do zoomies? Coming for a drinky. No, he's going to cross into there. No. Yes, stable's still 90% there, isn't it, Herbs? Yeah, 90% there. But we are YouTubers. Oh, yes, that's good. We are YouTubers, of course, without staff and without, you know, major funding, guys, you know, so to kind of just work with what we've got. Nederland. No problemo at all. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see. Good boy. Yes. What a good boy you are. Did you get another drinky? Of course, I forget, you know, like last summer, he basically filled this thing up like every couple of weeks, if not every month, you know. It still needs washed out a bit because it goes a little bit green with the heat. But basically, when it comes to the volume of what he drinks, it's nothing like it is in the winter. You know, with the dry hay that he has and all those sort of things, he drinks a lot, you know. I have to fill that thing up maybe once a week. But just now, 4 weeks, 5 weeks sometimes. Hey, darling. When it comes to volume, and it's basically because he gets so much moisture through the grass, which I didn't think was possible. But when you see him doing his wee-wees are usually very nice and clear, so obviously that's the way their system works, and that's it. You see, just spending time with him. Very peaceful. Eh? It's very peaceful, isn't it, my darling? Hey, being with your herbies. Hey, it's very peaceful, isn't it? Yeah. I just wish you'd do. Look, the flies now. Hey, darling. Yeah. Oh, look, here he is. Very proud of him. Very proud of you, darling. Hey, we're very proud of our ex-racehorse. Ex-Irish racehorse. Hey, darling. Always kind of looking at him as the big Scottish Highlander, but he's actually Irish, aren't you, darling? Yeah. Of course, having said that, in he comes, and the reason he's in here, guys, is basically because of the sun outside. And we've been out for a couple of hours, and horses obviously like to snooze on and off and sort of things, you know. And for some odd reason, even in the hottest weather, this place is lovely and cool, isn't it, darling? Yeah. You can have a wee sleepy in here for a while. He's gonna go sleepies. See if that eye goes. Just go sleepies. And that's how you know. Look. And he'll stand there asleep with his eyes open. Just standing like that and he's sleeping. Nice and cool in here. I can feel the heat from him just because he's so dark. So it's good, he knows. And we always leave the lorry out so you can get in behind the lorry with the sun. Even the Land Rover if he needs to. You know, just places, caravan. So he's got a lot of different places he can come and hide behind when it is really sunny. So he's just followed me up. I'm just trying to get away. But he likes to take the opportunity to sleep when I'm here, you see, don't you, Derlin? It just feels safer, that's all it is. Hey, Derlin, oh, he'll soon sleep. You'll soon sleep if I head off and leave you in peace, won't you, Derlin? Yeah. I'll actually let you across into here a little bit early, haven't I, Herbie boy? Yeah. Because this side's still growing, but you jumped across into here. So I'll lock you back over there tonight, won't I, Herbs? Yeah, we'll do that later on tonight. And he's following me right back down to the gate. Yo. Hey, you not want me to go, Derlin? You not want me to go? Hey, nobody can tell me horses aren't affectionate. Hey, my Derlin. Hey. What's he saying? What's he saying? So from one to another, like, bike doesn't bother him at all. He's so used to the motorbike now, aren't you, heavy boy? Be back and see you tonight, Dermot Emery.